What's this?
Welcome back to America and Whiskey. Sorry about that guy over there talking without being told to be talked. Any Hoosers, I am Big Sturge. This is Justice League, a.k.a. Dillon.
How's it
And
going,
if
everyone?
you're an off-the-wall listener, you've probably heard of the fact that there is a guy named Justin Marlin that no longer comes to the studio. But tonight he's in. He's from Cheesy Ponies. He's bald still with a red beard and gorgeous as ever.
I do need to shave.
I think you look great.
And I've just been lost for a few months. It's okay. I finally found my way.
I like it. I like it. Welcome back, folks. We love you. If this is Cheesy Pony listener, maybe is this a hint we possibly are back? Welcome
We'll
back.
get there.
We love you, and let's get started. Welcome back. Everybody's excited. Everybody's excited, Dylan.
I love it, folks. We got a
Wow.
good crowd.
Wow. That wasn't a fake crowd. That was the real deal.
All right, you ready to just jump head first?
Well,
into this?
first off, we're going to do what we normally do. So, no. Big Sturge here. We're going to talk about what we're sipping on. Marlon, we always did that, did we not? That was a
A
thing.
few times.
I mean, every
Yeah,
time.
you're right.
Every time.
You're right.
You know, I'm drinking a Miller Lite. We've taken shots of whiskey today, Dylan, but we've not actually
We have
sipped on
had
it.
a abundance
Abundance
of shots.
And
Shot,
Dylan,
shot.
hey, Dylan, Justin took one to the face like a
Justin
man,
took
too.
one. Justin, honestly, what did you think about that shot?
It tasted like all whiskey
Shit.
taste.
We hate it, dude.
It
It's
burned
a
my
bad,
throat.
Yeah, that's a
we hate
bad
that
bottle.
whiskey.
That's why it's on the shotter. Like, you can take shots of that. We
Like
don't
we
like
don't
that.
take shots very often,
knowing-
but what we do is it's trash.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Knowing that I don't like whiskey already, you decided to further.
Well,
my
let me
dissonance
educate.
for it.
This will be your education of whiskey today. You ready? A good bottle of whiskey would taste no different to you than a bad bottle.
Yeah, you'd have to drink whiskey regularly
For you to understand the flavors.
for your palate to adjust to that.
But what are you sipping on, Marlon?
There weren't many options in the fridge, so I had to go back to an oldie but a goodie. I got a Miller Lite as well.
Oh, there's plenty of options. There's all kinds of IPAs, brother.
Well, true.
And there's some busted up apples in there too.
There are some
The
busted
IPAs
apples.
are always just too pretty to bust open. I
know,
just like looking
especially
at them.
those are the last couple I freaking own. Dylan, what are you sipping on?
Agua
Agua Wada
and Miller Lite.
All right, Justin.
Yes.
We've been best friends for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Long time. I'm happy to have you here, man. I've missed you. It's good to see you over there, even though you're not paying attention. You're on your phone.
I am paying attention.
I know what
Oh.
you're doing. You're
I know
looking
what
and
he's doing.
researching. I know
what he's doing, and he's doing
I ain't
exactly what I'm about to hit him with.
He's trying to get ahead of the game here, folks.
Justin,
Yeah.
Marlon.
What up?
the fucking Broncos.
Broncos.
I'm calling them out first.
Yeah. Okay. What you got?
Phenomenal so far.
Made a few moves.
1, 2, 3.
What about that
offensive
Raiders
linemen.
pickup?
3 offensive linemen.
3.
A right tackle and 2 OLs. Then, this is my question mark. Well, hold on. Before I get to my question mark, I didn't know this until now. Samaje Perine?
That was recent.
Yeah, that was
today.
recent. Yeah, that happened today.
Perine is actually a great running back.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that.
But my question mark, Jarrett Stidham.
What a great pick.
Yeah, he'll be a good backup.
Now, and I told Justin this. We didn't argue at all, but I made a valid point. They paid a little bit above the market value for a backup.
But they're going to have a
But
solid
what
fucking
a-
backup.
Dude, he could be a starter.
He could. He proved that he could.
If all else fails, Marlon, with Russell Wilson, you have a stud young guy sitting back there behind him for $10 million. That's $5 million a year.
That's less than we're paying Jordan Love
So,
this year.
Justin, give us what you're thinking on the Broncos this year.
So it was definitely a big day yesterday. We started off hot and heavy with Ben Powers. So we got a solid guard to play opposite of Quinn Miners, who had a great year last year. Followed that up with Mike Buglunchi, who was one of the top tackles in the free agent class this year. So
Yep. That was a hefty contract, though.
it was a bigger contract, and he has had some injury history. So
I mean, $87.5 million for a tackle is wow.
yeah, and he'll probably play right tackle. So I mean,
yeah,
it's a little rich
that's
for
what
right.
they have him listed as.
But I mean, they're trying to secure that offensive line because it's our biggest weakness going into this offseason. So I'm happy with those 2 signings. And then we got a defensive lineman, Zach Allen, to cover the loss of Draymond Jones. So we got him about the same, maybe a little bit cheaper than Draymond Jones.
So Justin, I have one question for you.
Yeah?
We haven't even talked about their biggest acquisition.
Who's that?
No other than Sean Payton.
Sean Payton, yeah.
Sean Payton, if you look at his time with the Saints.
This is also a bit harsh for him because it took him a while to be excited about that.
I get that. But Sean Payton, his time with the Saints.
Sean Payton likes to break the rules and make people hurt people.
He never once had a bad offensive line. So is it a coincidence he's gone heavy offensive line this trade window?
No, I think that was expected. Just listening to some of the Broncos insiders and following some of the forums, it seemed like that was going to be the big emphasis with him coming in because he's never really had a bad offensive line.
Right.
So I think that was something we figured would happen. It was just a matter of how and who. So I honestly, the big surprise to me with free agency is how much money they've spent because I didn't think we had a lot of cap available to us. But I think he's kind of.
I mean, Denver was like I think number 2 or they were in the top 5 for money on free agency. But you want to talk about having money? My thoughts are for the Bears.
Well, yeah, the Bears have one of the most.
Can I tell you?
Highest amounts of money.
Here, let's do this, Dylan. Let's do this. Let's talk about our favorite. Like, what has been the best transaction so far for any team? Like, what do you guys are like, ooh, what a great pickup.
The fucking trade of the number 1 pick. Or are you talking about just players?
So, for example, I think Jalen Ramsey going to the Dolphins, I think they got a fucking steal. Like, I think that was made so far. We'll talk about the other drama ahead. But he was acquired in a trade with Los Angeles Rams in exchange for a 3rd-round pick, which was like the 78th overall, and tight end Hunter Long.
That's
a great pickup for their defense.
To me, though, it's someone we watched earlier. It's Keijon Nixon. Before the Packers special teams, and correct me if I'm wrong, either of you, I would say ranked 28th or lower. Once they signed Keijon Nixon, they became the number 1 special team return team. They didn't change anything else. All they did was got rid of, what was his name? Amari Pukage.
Mm-hmm.
Or Amari Rodgers, guys. Or Keijon Nixon. That's the only thing they changed.
But isn't he just a returner? Like, he's not going to
he's not
be
like,
part of the pass game.
He's a cornerback. But return game is huge. To go from 28 to number 1. But that can't be your
favorite signing of everybody out of the whole league.
Keijon Nixon was huge. I mean, he was.
It's a good sign, but it's not the best sign of the whole league.
I think that.
I mean, we got to look at people like the Tennessee Titans. They picked up Andre Dillard, that offensive tackle.
Yeah, that's a good.
Okay, actually, hold on.
That's a fucking star.
I changed my answer.
But you're just looking it up now.
I'm changing my answer. I have a list of free agency trades and everything, and biggest acquisition is the Miami Dolphins.
Who?
Jalen Ramsey.
I already said that. Are you drunk?
No, I'm just agreeing with you now. Because I'm
looking
at it in front of me.
It's a fact. It's a fact you didn't hear me say that.
I would agree with you now, Jalen Ramsey, because now I'm looking at Dolphins and everything.
And the only reason I think it's the best, the way they got him. They got him for a 77th pick overall.
But what makes that a steal
plus Hunter Long.
Yeah. What makes that even crazier is, who do you put at number 1, Jalen Ramsey or Xavier Howard? You don't have to shadow receivers now.
Right.
You say, you come over here, you're fucking facing Jalen Ramsey. You go to the other side, Xavier Howard.
Or is a kick returner a better pickup?
Like, what are you going to do?
You know?
I don't know. I like the kick returner.
Dylan, I agree, man. Jalen Ramsey's the guy. What about you, Justin? What do you think? Best off-season acquisition.
I mean, Jalen Ramsey definitely helps the Dolphins. They already had a strong defense, and adding him to the bunch.
I can't believe he did not say it.
Did not say what.
Samaje P. Ryan.
He's not the biggest.
No,
What a great pick.
Because I honestly,
it's a good pickup, but it's not the biggest.
It's
I mean,
not, but it's a great.
We still
pickup.
have Javonte, and Javonte, while he might miss part of the beginning of the season, I mean, he's still the number one.
No, I know, but that's a true 1-2 back there, bud.
Yeah.
But he's not wrong. But we could either go to left field here and say New York Giants picked up Darren Waller in a trade for a third-round pick.
Which is crazy.
Daniel Jones just got an elite tight end to throw to.
Yeah, he did.
I think
we'll see what happens there.
You get Samaje P. Ryan. You have Williams in the backfield with your guys' pickup on Ben Powers.
Yeah.
You got to look at that 1-2 punch right there.
We just need to clear up the center position, and I'm still curious to see if they play Garrett Bowles this year at left tackle or if they still move on from him because Garrett Bowles...
Man, you want him to stay, but same time.
So my next little segment other than best acquisition, what team do you feel lost the most?
Well, we don't know yet. So far. I think Jets.
Lost?
Yeah, because I think letting go of Mike White was a bad decision. I think them getting in.
They're trying to have Aaron Rodgers, so why does it matter?
That's not a fact yet.
That's
not a fact. But you said that about the Broncos.
But listen, Justin. My explanation on why you cannot take that into effect yet is because look at all the quarterbacks off the board. Jimmy G's gone. Derek Carr's gone.
That's actually what I was going to bring up, too.
Heineke's gone.
Andy Dalton's
gone.
Taylor Heineke's
Sam Darnold's gone. They're running out of so many options. What would the Jets do? There's only one answer to this.
Mike White. It was Mike White.
Zach Wilson.
No, it's not.
You wish it would be, though.
No. Remember
when we did Cheesy Ponies, you're like, he's going to be the best.
If Aaron Rodgers retires, there's only one move the Jets can make.
Joe Flacco.
No. They offer Lamar Jackson more money.
They already franchise tagged him.
It's undisclosed.
Well, yeah, they franchise tagged him so they can do a tag and trade.
Gotcha.
It's undisclosed, so someone has to match their offer.
I got you.
It's a non-exclusive.
It was a glitch. My bad, fellas. It's all good.
No, you're good. But the only option for the Jets, if Aaron Rodgers says, fuck you, I'm retiring,
draft,
is Lamar Jackson. It's the only option because you paid so many people to win now. I thought it was bad
to let Mike White go, though. He showed some really good, flashes, man. That was I think you try to part ways with Zach Wilson in a trade somewhere to get something. Who knows? Is he in the package to the Packers?
He might be.
I mean, I think a lot of people are not looking at that. It's, the one guy, number 12 or whatever his name is.
Like we said, we can't go on what ifs. This is the biggest loss so far.
But here's what I want to know. Why do you keep saying it's you see these people, done deal. You saw Broncos saying it's a done deal with Aaron Rodgers last year. You see all these things, done deal, it's a done deal, and then it doesn't happen. So it's like
this Jets side is a lot more of a sure thing to me than the Broncos last year.
The Broncos was just, we have Nathaniel Hackett come here and play.
Yeah, but they really thought you guys really thought
they had a chance.
They thought he was coming.
My biggest loss so far in this trade deadline and free agency is the Philadelphia Eagles. They have lost, at my knowledge, a safety, 2 linebackers, and a defensive tackle. Their defense is gutted. The only people that have came back is Brandon Graham,
James Bradbury, who's a stud,
and Boston Scott.
Who the fuck is that? The running back?
Yeah,
like a third-string running back.
Yeah. Oh, that's not that great.
No, even what's his name? Johnson Gardner.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson.
He's about to sign elsewhere.
I'm hoping he comes to Denver because he got drafted by Sean Payton.
He's been talking about
Speaking of the Eagles, I thought the Broncos could have picked up that Jason Kelsey.
He's at the end of his career.
But
I mean, he just
he's a stud.
He is,
but he signed a 1-year deal.
He's still making max dollars.
But he said last year
get that rookie center in and let him learn.
No, you're right. But he said after last year he was probably retiring. So
Did he?
Yeah. He
So
was,
after this year, he's done.
no, he was going to be done after this past year.
So he's just coming. So he came out of retirement.
He
kinda.
came out of retirement basically just for the Eagles because he has that love for them.
Yep.
They have Rashad Perry too,
He wouldn't have signed anywhere else.
or Rashad Penny.
He's one of those hometown guys that's.
I like that. Yeah, I fucking like that. Hometown guys.
Who's
Hey,
not a hometown guy? Let's bring him up. You said don't bring him up. Let's bring him up.
Rashad Penny?
Shut up.
Don't
You
say
said
it.
don't bring it up. I'm
This
bringing
is
it
my
up.
podcast.
Hey, I have a tweet here about Aaron Rodgers.
What's Aaron Rodgers doing?
Damn it!
It says Aaron Rodgers, aware that his career is too similar to Brett Favre, will now skip the Jets and head right into welfare fraud.
That's not funny.
No. Let's bring up Rodgers. What do you guys think he's going to do?
Do I go first or last?
Last.
Yeah.
I know your answer.
No, you know.
Justin, what are you doing?
With what's the question here?
If you're the Packers and you're the Jets, what are you doing?
And all around, what do you think? That too.
If I'm the Packers, I'm paying people to take Aaron Rodgers because I'm tired of the drama. And if I'm the Jets, I'm probably crying because I'm a Jets fan.
That's your take?
Overall?
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
That was a terrible football take.
I don't know what you want me to say. I mean, I already told you earlier when I saw the list about.
Does it make them a great team? I mean, you can talk about that. Like,
I think Rodgers is past his prime.
I mean, he's coming
I don't
off
think-
of a double, or well, one
I'm not
season
saying-
off of a back-to-back MVP, but past his prime. Okay.
But I was looking for more
Russell
of a football
Wilson,
answer. I mean,
live or die.
What did he do last year?
he did it. He had a decent season.
He had a
decent
broken
season.
thumb.
He had a decent season.
He
I mean,
had a decent season with a broken thumb.
Peyton Manning won a Super Bowl on a shitty season,
But it was another year of the Packers not
right?
advancing.
He had
right?
a broken thumb.
Okay.
Couldn't even rub him off, dude.
So you think that he'll go to the Jets and
No,
win them
I'm
something?
last. What do you think, Dylan?
Okay, I will give
Justin's on the same page as me, really.
I'm not gonna just say Jets. My thought is, if you're the Packers, you ask for a number one.
Of course.
At this point,
You
everyone
get
is
a
off the
quarterback
board.
and a number one.
Everybody's off the board. Even fucking Stidham, Case Keenum is off the board.
You went to the Texans.
Case Keenum is off the board.
Dylan.
He was off the board yesterday as a backup.
No
Right.
shit.
Going back
But
home
what
to
I'm
Houston.
saying is everybody's off the board.
Who's he backing up?
They are Zach Wilson or who?
A draft pick.
Right now, Zach
Okay.
Wilson or who?
Oh, Houston's gonna draft. Houston's number one, right?
They're gonna drop my boy.
No.
They're drafting C.J.
Houston's
Stroud.
not number one. Carolina's number one.
Oh, you're right. They're drafting C.J. Stroud. Houston's two, right?
They're taking Anthony Richardson. Get it over it.
No, they'll take.
They're looking for another number 4.
They'll take Bryce.
I
But
agree.
to get back to it, if you're the Packers, you know they have no other option at quarterback. You're demanding at least a number one pick.
Did you
You
hear about?
have an option. They have Zach Wilson still.
Did you hear about the 2 new additions to the NFL?
Hold on. Let's finish this real fast.
But if you're the Jets, you can't even hardball because you just signed Alan Lazard. You're showing that you're giving in to Rodgers. Let's be real. He has not had a 1,000-yard receiving year.
Right.
He's like a 5-year receiver.
Right.
If it's not for Aaron Rodgers, does he sign with the Jets? Fuck no.
Yeah.
Nathaniel Hackett.
That's not. Who
No,
cares?
Nathaniel
He went to the
Hackett-
Broncos, and Aaron Rodgers said,
Listen,
"Oh, I liked him."
There
but
was not one rumor about Alan Lazard to the Jets
no.
until the rumors came out today about
Yep.
Favre.
Randall Cobb. He wants
not
Randall
Favre,
Cobb.
Fucking Aaron Rodgers asking for Cobb, Mercedes Lewis, and
A
Lazard.
39-year-old out of shape tight end.
I mean,
laughed.
and after these reports came out, Adam Schefter said that Mercedes Lewis is in talks with the Jets.
They already have a great tight end there.
They do.
They don't give a fuck, though.
They have great
All right,
receivers.
so
They are
here's-
doing everything they can to lure
Well, that
Rodgers
brings
in
me to
because
my
they have
point.
to.
But here's.
Did you
can
hear
I
about
give-
the
can I
two
give-
new NFL
Hold
teams?
on. Let me give my point. What I think here.
Go, Anthony.
So the Aaron Rodgers. What do I think? I think if the Jets somehow landed them, it makes them a Super Bowl caliber team because I think they already have good defense. They have good, coaching. I think it makes them that much better. They show they can win games, tight games. As far as the Packers, I think Justin hit it earlier. He's past his prime. you move on. I think you have better luck with Jordan Love, who's been sitting behind a Hall of Fame quarterback for 3 straight seasons. That you're learning every day of every season, every off season. You're just soaking in everything. And when you watched Jordan Love do what he did when he started against I think it was the Eagles, you could see that little bit of Aaron Rodgers in him. So if I'm the Packers, what would I want? As a fan, I want him to retire as a Packer. I think, as a Colts fan, you want Peyton to retire. As a Brett Favre fan, you want him to retire. But what would be the best thing for the Packers? To trade him for the Jets for a first-round draft pick and get Zach Wilson, who was a former first-round draft pick, because I think that trade would happen. So I think if we're looking out, if I'm a fan, which I am, I hope they trade him. But as a fan of Aaron Rodgers, I hope he retires. But who in this room is fucking tired of drama Rodgers, dude?
100 fucking %.
He soaks up all the news headlines all the fucking time. He literally went and hid in the dark to play with himself to figure out what it is in life. Like,
come on.
Yeah, okay. Like, I'm tired of I defended him during the COVID vaccine thing. Like, when he did lie, and then, but he kind of didn't lie. Like, what was it? It was drama. It's just, I don't know. So I think if I'm the Packers, the decision's already been made. We're into another. So I think he retires.
But
that's what I think.
But to add on to that, he also said after his darkness retreat, he would not hold either team hostage. That's exactly what he's doing right now. And you
told me, can you also say, what did I say from the day one of this?
You said that he's going to hold everything in limbo. I took his word.
Yeah.
Where he said, I'm not going to hold any team hostage. I'm going to make my decision quick. And here we fucking are again.
I know.
All these players are making deals, which if we trade Rodgers, we could clear up what? This year alone, $50 million?
Something.
Like, what do you mean you're not going to hold anybody hostage? You already are.
Yeah. All right, one last topic.
Justin, you had something to say, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, the last 2 picks or something like that.
There's 2 new teams in the NFL. You have the Las Vegas Patriots and the New York Packers, right?
The New York Packers.
All the Packers are going over to New York.
I did say New York Packers earlier.
You did.
I mean, in Vegas, you got Jimmy G there now, former Patriot, with Josh McDaniels. He just brought over Jacoby Myers, former Patriot receiver. So it's like they're bringing the Patriots over to Las Vegas.
So here's a question.
But how would you feel as Garrett Wilson if Rodgers wanted all those old ass weapons from the Packers?
Well, he's a number one. I mean, you're trying to get a number one. Like, Lazard's a number one. Yeah. Well, he supposedly is. And I mean, he wants a lot of hands.
I mean, they still have Corey Davis, I think, too.
They have a good receiving crew.
Yeah.
I don't think that was ever a question. It was always the quarterback play. What were you going to get out of your quarterbacks?
Right. And
if you were a Jet, that's all you were ever worried about. Because I feel like a lot of their games were close, even bad quarterback play, because their defense was strong.
Yeah.
And it really doesn't matter who they bring in at this point. Even if they do bring in OBJ, Garrett Wilson's the number one. He proved it last year that he has it. If he has higher quarterback play like Anthony was talking about, like Aaron Rodgers can bring, Garrett Wilson is going to be a proven number one and MVP candidate. Like, he has it.
Another question that lingers out there. Who's playing quarterback for the 49ers? Is it Sam Darnold?
No.
To start?
He's going to be a backup.
Who's going to start?
It's going to be Trey. Well, it's going to be
It shouldn't be Trey Lance. But I think it's because of injury. It's because that Purdy is injured.
Yeah, it's because Purdy fucked up his shoulder, and he's probably not going to be ready.
When Trey Lance was also a top 5 draft pick that they gave a lot of stuff away for.
If Purdy is ready,
but you cannot
sit him.
No.
He was undefeated until he fucked up his shoulder.
And still played.
In the game he lost, he straight up told the coach, I cannot throw.
Purdy will have to beat out Trey Lance. He won't just be given
negative.
the job.
It's his team.
Neither one.
That team rallied around him.
First off, I wouldn't say that. I say it's whoever does better, but it's nobody's team right now.
No. But Sam Darnold's not going to – he's going to be a backup.
There's no way.
But I think if Rodgers does go to the Jets, I think that you get Denzel Mims back in the trade as one of the pieces.
I heard they like Denzel Mims. If anything, I think
Who?
we're getting Corey Davis.
Who likes Denzel Mims?
The Jets.
Yeah, but Denzel Mims was also throwing a fit at the end of last year saying he wanted traded.
But if I think if we get anyone, it's Corey Davis. They can save cap space that they need for
That's
Rodgers.
not happening.
Okay.
What, Corey Davis?
No.
I'm telling you, Denzel Mims will probably be a part of it, but we'll see.
Here's another one, Geno Smith. What a congratulations to that guy.
100%.
3 years,
They fell
$75
off
million.
They fell off at the end of the year, though.
Yeah, but it's his team right now, man.
And the thing that saddens me about the deal he finally got, it was a deal that says we're drafting a quarterback. This is your team.
Well, you have to
now.
realize it's actually a $105 million deal.
I get that
So they're putting in some trust with him.
for the next 3 years.
Yeah, but he's not going to play much after that.
But what they're saying
He's
is
37 years old.
But what they're saying is you're our quarterback the next 3 years starting, and we're drafting a quarterback this year.
I think that's fair. I think he
It's
understands
fair.
that.
It's fair.
He's
It's
getting
awesome
old.
for him. I'm glad he actually has a chance now.
He's like 33 years old. Like he
worked
knows
for it.
He's not getting any better from here on out. So, all right, one last thing before we get scooting here, and I'm going to start with Justin.
Oh, yeah?
One last question.
Okay.
Super Bowl, and who wins it this year?
This year?
Yeah, I want to hear it.
It's too early for that.
Doesn't matter. You just got to guess today. Is this? We'll go back and listen to this Super Bowl predictions.
I mean, I liked the Bills last year. I still think the Bills are one of the top teams. I like them to be great again this coming year.
So, what's the Super Bowl? Who's going to make it? NFC.
Sorry, I'm trying to see who's over there real quick. I mean, the Eagles look really good too. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Eagles get back there
Back to
again.
back?
Yeah, I mean, they did lose a few pieces, but the way
They're still a
they
good
have
team.
Jalen Hurts playing in that system.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, they did lose their OC and DC. I guess I don't know.
Dylan,
We'll see.
prediction on Super Bowl. Who's in it and who wins?
I am doubling down in the AFC this year. Boys, who am I going with?
The Bengals.
The Miami fucking Dolphins.
Oh, yeah, you said that last year.
They have bolstered their defense even more.
Who's their quarterback?
Tua.
He can't remember.
When he's not
Okay.
when he's not retarded, he's fucking phenomenal.
Oh,
Okay.
damn.
Fair.
Not
You
really.
say damn, but
He
I
had
say
some
fair.
serious head injuries.
He did.
I mean,
He did.
I'm starting to
I-
wonder if Dylan has some serious head injuries over
no
here.
doubt.
And in the NFC,
Like,
I
dude,
say the
not long-
49ers.
I mean,
That's respectable.
They bolstered an already crazy offensive line. They've got some more defensive pieces, and they didn't lose a single receiver or tight end from last year, or running back for that sake.
I'm going Pittsburgh Steelers with the win,
Ooh.
and they're going to probably play.
The Steelers going to win the Super Bowl?
Yeah, Steelers
I had the
win the Super Bowl
49ers.
because they had a really not that great team, and they still damn near broke even at the end of the season. And I really like Kenny Pickett. He really managed
he
the
did
game
look
well.
like a freaking
So
G.
I'm going with it just because I feel like they're such an annoying team, and they're always in that hunt. And I feel like Kenny Pickett,
I mean,
it's his
Anthony,
team right now.
you have to put it into perspective that J.J. Watt was not healthy all last season either.
Right. And so as when we go over and we look at the NFC side of things, it's a tough one for me. And it's going to go, if the Aaron Rodgers goes to the Jets. See, it's
That's
hard for me.
AFC.
I know. That makes you want to rethink that. But
So are they
as
going
it
to change the
stands
rules
now,
so two AFC teams can play each other? Does it be Jets versus Steelers?
no, I was going to switch it up. Because I think if it's all depends on, I mean, there's so many things that could happen till then, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are.
So if Rodgers goes to the Jets, I would say the Jets, which according to Justin, it's definitely happening. So NFC,
I think that Rodgers could announce it tomorrow on the Pat McAfee show. There's some big tweet about a big thing happening tomorrow. I know that's that time of year and it's Aaron Rodgers, so I mean they're going to do that
Saints.
probably every Tuesday.
I'm I'm
The
going with the
Saints?
Saints.
I actually like that pick from you.
So I'm going to
You
go.
have Derek
The Super
Carr.
Bowl is going to be, if the Rodgers goes to the Jets, it'll be Jets Saints.
Well, did you see that for the Saints? It's actually a very good thing for them. They did a make or break it contract restructure with Michael Thomas.
And they picked up Jameis Winston again.
Yes. They brought pretty much everybody back.
Yeah.
They've added Derek Carr, and then Michael Thomas restructured for a 1-year deal
Watch the Saints win it.
that he's going to show up because he can't say, oh, my toe hurts this year because then he won't have a job.
For sure.
Michael Thomas, comeback player of the year. You heard it here first.
Let's go. All right. So we got a 30-minute episode in. You guys got to hear the lovely voice of Justin Marlin.
Thank you. Thank you.
And as always, I'm Anthony.
I'm Dylan.
I'm Justin.
And we are
American Whiskey.
I was waiting for him to say Cheesy Ponies. I was hoping you did, daggone it. So this will be also up on Cheesy Ponies. So we love you guys. And we will talk to you later.
Deuces.